movie nerds, and welcome back to Cinematic Sarcastic, podcast that talks all things movies and television. I'm Natalie, and I'm your host. Took a little break there for Thanksgiving, but I am back. I have a couple of episodes that'll be coming out pretty much one right after another. The first one is going to be this one, and we are going to talk about the new show Wednesday. Wednesday is Tim Burton's sort of new adaptation of the Addams Family, and it focuses on just Wednesday Addams. This is going to be the world's most unpopular opinion. I hate this. I hate it so much. And I know that everyone is absolutely loving it. They're absolutely just falling all over Jenna Ortega for her portrayal of Wednesday Addams. And to be completely fair, I think that Jenna Ortega has done a really great job of Wednesday Addams. I question, just myself personally, I question the casting choices 100%, like across the line on this show. I think that Jenna Ortega does a great job, but I'm confused, I guess, as to why we needed a 20-year-old to play a child's role. Are there no children with dark hair that could have pulled this off the way that Christina Ricci did when she was younger? I feel like that would have made it a little bit more plausible. I think Jenna Ortega looks young. Obviously, 20 is not old, but she doesn't, to me, look like a high schooler, or, she doesn't look the way that I feel like Wednesday Addams probably should have. But I think she nails this role. As far as the rest of the casting goes, I think the only one that I don't absolutely viciously hate is Gwendolyn Christie's portrayal of like the headmistress of the school that Wednesday is going to. But everyone else, I don't like. I do not like Catherine Zeta-Jones playing Morticia Addams. Something about it just feels weird. And I had a really tough time because Morticia Addams, is very iconic for having super dark hair and like that pasty sort of dead skin. The Addams Family is meant to be weird. They're meant to be weird looking. And Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think she is absolutely stunning, but they put so much makeup on her face to give her sort of more of that pasty pale skin because she is not pale. I mean, obviously she has darker skin just naturally. So they put so much makeup on her that I feel like every single time they did a close-up of Morticia Addams, you could just see this cakey makeup in all of her lines, all of her wrinkles. It just did not in any way, shape, or form look flattering to me. And for me, I don't know, I have a really hard time when things are swapped out. Like if I'm used to a certain person playing a character for an extended period of time, I get accustomed to that person. And I grew up with the original Addams Family movies, the ones that probably came out in the 90s. I know I've seen some of the ones from earlier than that, but I don't remember those actors and stuff as well as I remember the movies from the 90s, because those are the ones that I grew up obviously watching. And Angelica Houston for me is just like, Angelica Houston is Morticia Addams. Like that just, it's like you couldn't replace Elvira, right? Because Elvira, that is her creation, that is her person. And I understand that Angelica Houston obviously did not create Morticia Addams, but she embodied Morticia Addams for me. And I thought she played it just magically. And I don't think that Catherine Zeta-Jones even comes remotely close to that. I know that Luis Guzman was more of an authentic two-character casting for Gomez, but I also just didn't like him. And I didn't like the little boy that played Pugsley. I felt like Pugsley was less somehow than he was like in previous films. And this was very campy. Like I don't want to watch Wednesday Addams with teenage angsty problems. It takes away from Wednesday Addams. Like Wednesday is just this iconic character to me. And the way that Christina Ricci played her back in the day, I feel like was just spot on and absolutely perfect. That she just has this sort of, sadly, dead inside persona that is Wednesday Addams. She's just it's hard to explain her character because I feel like all of the characters in the Addams family, you're kind of describing like psychos or weirdos or something, you know, that she tortures her brother, and that's like her big thing, like no one tortures my brother but me, and she's like constantly running these experiments and things on him, and she's such an iconic character. So for me, like having to watch her have sort of family angst and go through like teen drama angst kind of just, I don't know, it makes her more normal, and I'm using air quotes there. It makes her more normal, and it takes away from the fun of Wednesday Addams for me. So even though I know the show is doing exceptionally well, people seem to really, really love it. It's getting very great reviews. For me, Wednesday is just not a win. And I'm honestly very surprised that this is a Tim Burton one. For some reason, I never ever pictured Tim Burton doing like campy CW-esque type television shows. And I've always, I don't know, for some reason I was like expecting his wife or like Johnny Depp to do like a cameo or a show, because Tim Burton just always uses typically the same people in his movies over and over again. So this is definitely like a step out of what we are typically used to with Tim Burton. And for me, it's just not a hit. It's not something that I enjoy, but I gather that everyone is enjoying it very much, and that I think is great. I think we'll probably see a second season of it, but I'm not personally interested in it. So those are my thoughts on Wednesday. I would love to know yours. Please subscribe if you want to join the Movie Nerd family. You can find me on Instagram at Cinematic Sarcastic Podcast, and I hope to see you in the next episode.